Thanks for joining us for another edition of Beyond the Stream. It's where we go inside HTC and meet some of the interesting personalities there. I hope you're an interesting personality, Summer.
Yes, sir.
We got you on the hook for a few minutes.
Okay.
We're going to find out all kinds of things about you before it's all said and done.
Okay.
But it'll be fine.
All right.
So, Summer Thompkins, I believe you were telling me something about growing up in Aner.
I was.
How long ago was that? Yeah, you look like you're just in high school right now yourself.
Well, thank you.
You're certainly welcome. There you go. That's the only good thing I'm going to say moving forward now. I just warm you up at the beginning.
I am 30 years old.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Aner. My family was born and raised in Aner also. So I'm a local.
Okay. So you're a Blue Jacket.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you attend college here in the county, or did you go somewhere else? Or?
No, sir. After I graduated high school, I went right to the workforce.
Look at there. Did you join HTC right out of?
No, sir. After high school, I went and worked at a daycare for a few years.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and then at 1920, I started my career at HTC.
What year?
I was 19 or 20.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Yes,
thought
sir.
you said in 1920.
No. No, I was 19 or 20.
Yeah. Well, that prepares you dealing with kids.
Very much
So you must be in customer service if you were dealing with kids.
I am, yes, sir. I work
We'll
in
take the
call
high
center.
road on that. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but a lot of times when you're in customer service or dealing with member services, you're catching somebody when they're not happy. Sometimes, not all the time. I mean, because how can you really be unhappy if you're an HTC customer?
Right.
But sometimes things happen.
Exactly.
They do happen. And I know that when I'm calling to get something fixed, I'm not always on my best behavior.
Well, yeah. It can be challenging at times, but
Right.
it's rewarding at times also. So when you are able to take those people or members and bring them down from being upset and fix their problem and make them happy again.
All right.
So
Well, you said that you grew up in Aner.
I did.
And your family grew up in Aner. So now we're getting into that time frame of folks remembering before there was an HTC. I would imagine that might be the case with your grandparents.
Yeah, they are probably in part of that age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? I mean, not having telephones. I mean, I wish it sometimes.
No.
I really do. Boy, I wish I didn't have a phone.
Yeah, sometimes I hate being tied to mine too.
Mhm.
But then if I were to leave it, I wouldn't know what to do without it
Yeah.
because I don't know how to get in
I like
contact.
having it around so I can ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably me
It's
too,
much
honestly.
better.
Yeah, I don't respond to text messages very often.
Yeah.
So I'm the
Careful.
same.
Careful. I mean, you know. Yeah, I about 9 o'clock at night is the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I don't even look at it anymore. When I walk in the house, usually about 6:45 or 7, I turn everything down. And then by 9 o'clock, I don't even look at it anymore. It's on the charger. We're done with it for the day.
Mm. No, I can't say the same for me. I scroll on TikTok or some kind of social media for a little while, but as far as having to communicate with people, I'm done at about 9 o'clock.
Sure.
So then I'm ready for some kind of social media or something to scroll on.
I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse when I'm enjoying a few TikTok videos and Meemaw calls.
I know, or somebody calls or text messages.
Want me to do something for some question about Medicare.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Something.
Yeah.
Just disturbing it.
Did you have any family members or people in your neighborhood that work with HTC?
Oh, gosh. My neighbor who lives right in front of me, he works in the construction department.
Okay.
And then right down the street, we've got some installers that work at HTC. And then my supervisor, she lives within walking distance of me. So,
Sure.
Yeah, so there's about 10 employees right there within a 10-mile radius of me.
That's a little bit more than I bargained for, but I know it's one of the area's largest employers, but they've been around for so long,
Yeah.
and there are all these great stories. You know, you need to get a job with HTC.
Yeah. And my parents, they've said whenever they were coming up that when you graduated, you went to HTC, Ori Electric, Grand Strand. And so yeah, there's a lot of people in that age group who is retiring in a few years. And so, yeah, I believe it. When they got out of high school, they went to HTC or Grand Strand or Ori Electric.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, one of the things that I heard the other day, and you're right there, being a little bit older than what is being called the tool belt generation. Kids that are deciding, okay, 4 years at college might not be for me. Let's do some technical school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you came right out of high school
Yeah.
and marched into a career, which says incredible things about HTC as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I was. I didn't want to go to school. I was ready
I
to
get
get out
that.
into the workforce
Mhm.
and get a job and just start making money. I worked summer jobs through high school, and I was just ready to continue that. So, worked at the daycare for a little while, and that worked out. But I was ready to get into an actual career that I knew I could,
hmm
have long term. And so that's how HTC came along, and I've been there for almost 8 years now.
How about that?
Hmm.
You been in the same department? What was your first job?
I'm still in the same department, yes,
Okay,
sir.
good deal.
Hmm.
So what was that first week like? Not the first day.
That was a bit overwhelming.
Was it?
Yeah,
Tell
I
me
think
about
I think I probably underestimated what I thought I was going to be doing, but just at that time, the job was a little different. It was a lot of like calls coming in, and it's kind of changed a little bit now. The dynamic has changed a little bit.
Okay.
So, but it was interesting. Overwhelming, but it was good. I was like, okay, I can handle this. So
You work at the main office, or
I do, yes.
okay? Well, that works out well for you.
Yeah, it does. Very convenient. It's not very far from home,
Sure.
and I have 2 kids who I have to take to school who go to school in Aner, and
Okay.
so making that round trip is easy. So about 35, 40 minutes. I'm at work, school, wherever I need to be.
Sure. Well, we talk about when you call customer service, or you run into somebody on the street, or you see them even at lunch.
Hmm.
You see an HTC vehicle, or you see somebody wearing the HTC logo. Chances are you do know them. They're
Yeah.
very friendly and accommodating, and it does add a different dynamic for
Yeah.
a customer. I've been a customer, or should I say a
member.
member. You're taking words out of my mouth here. You want to sit over here, Summer?
No,
I'll
I'm
switch
good.
with you. You can ask me some questions.
No, you handling it.
Okay, all right. But being a member is it's definitely a different vibe. Folks that have dealt with pretty much the Fortune 500 type approach to telecommunications, they move from a different area.
Yeah.
Boy, they get you guys embody what true Southern hospitality is all
Yeah.
about in a company flavor, anyway.
We do. Well, we really pride ourselves on how we handle ourselves with members. They're making sure that they are happy and taken care of is one of our best and top priorities. And I would say that anytime I get more compliments on our customer service whenever we get calls in. Just, you guys are so nice. I've never had anybody, be so nice, or, just especially for people who's not from here,
Sure.
which we're getting a lot more of. So they definitely have a different experience that they're coming from and are very shocked by the hospitality that
Sure.
they get with HTC.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm not saying you're talking me off the ledge, but but the kindness and understanding the circumstances. There was one time I was dealing with a death in the family, and I hadn't paid my bill, and I got that reminder call, and I was like going, look, and man, it was just so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. I mean, that extra level of like, oh man, I forgot to stop by. Can I get that? I'll be back in Monday. That's okay. We'll just put a little note here on your account. You don't worry.
Exactly.
And that you don't always get that. It's
You
those
don't.
little teeny little things. I mean, I'm sold on HTC.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no going by. I'm excited. Guess what's happening?
Right.
I'm getting fiber in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully that's coming for
Oh,
everybody
it's
soon.
sticking up out the backside of the lot on one side of the house. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those guys get there fast too.
they do.
Unbelievable. They're there before I get outside. Now I'm up, but I looked out before 8:00, and those guys were out there working.
Yeah, they get. Hopefully, everybody will have access to fiber soon.
Yeah,
So
pretty awesome.
it is. It is.
I mean, I live in an old neighborhood and an old house. I'm an old guy, and I'm excited about it because I
Yeah.
get to talk about HTC every day, which is a little bit of a different vibe.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, it's coming through my neighborhood in the next few months. So we're excited. I'm excited.
Pretty
to
awesome.
Get it too.
Yeah, I like to go out there and talk about 15,000 miles of fiber. I don't even know how you figure that up anymore. I guess I'd have
Me
to talk
neither.
to talk to somebody in that department,
Yeah.
construction or engineering or whatnot, but it's mind-boggling.
It really is how many miles of fiber that they've put down. That's wild.
Do the growing number of customers impact the workload for your department over there, and what are you guys doing to address it? I know it has to.
It does, but in different ways. I would say that I feel that our dynamic is changing. We are getting a lot more members, but it's not like overwhelming us in the call center. It's it's manageable. It's manageable. So I don't think it's impacting us in a negative way. No.
Yeah.
We're still making sure that we are taking care of each member that calls in and doing our best to make sure, like, you have that experience with whatever they're calling in about. So I wouldn't say that it's impacting us in a negative way.
Yeah. So what do you think's going to happen moving down the road? And we've had all this explosive growth. I mean,
yeah, a lot of growth. I think that we will continue to possibly expand and continue to get more members. I don't think it will slow down. I don't think it will slow down anytime soon. So, not business. I think it will continue to move forward just like the technology has in the last few years.
Yeah. I mean, you start driving some of these backcountry roads. I mean, you see, and you're like, where cows used to be, or soybeans, or corn.
Dirt roads. There's not many of them anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since my childhood, they've paved over a lot. So just the way that things are moving forward, I think that HTC does a really good job at, staying relevant and staying up to date and really thinking in the future to be able to handle that workload and handle those members that are coming in.
Well, technology does play a big part in the quality of life. You've got a couple of young kids. Obviously, the internet and learning comes hand in hand. But
Exactly.
Having the number one, the largest, if you will, co-op in the country, and the investment, that might mean that your kids will stay around here for careers. I mean, all kind of segments are popping off.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you're thinking a lot about that, but I'm sure.
Hope the mama in me wants them
Exactly.
to stay
Want your kids to stay around, and you're a great testament of that you came right out of high school and have a great career with HTC.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes.
It does. It really does. The mama in me wants them to stay around. I think that just in the few years that I've been at HTC, there's been so much change in the technology, and I can only imagine when I first started, 1 gig wasn't even in the talks.
Yeah.
And now, almost 8 years later, we have that available, and, who's to say what's going to come in the future? So it's mind-boggling to think about what that looks like in the next 8 years or 10 years.
Sure. Yeah. Unbelievable. Good spending a little time with you today, Summer Thompkins.
You too.
Yeah.
It's nice meeting you.
Say hey to everybody over there in Ainer.
It's not many, but yeah, I will.
Well, you got 10 HTC employees in your neighborhood in that little circle.
Yeah, that's just the ones I know about.
Yeah.
So
You're going to get some new neighbors out there. I hear that's the
Probably.
next frontier.
yeah, it is. Just in my little street, I grew up on the corner of Good Looking Asbury. I'm not sure if you know where that is, but all that used to be farmland.
Yeah.
Cows and corn, and now there's little houses everywhere. There's about 12 of them right in front of my house now.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, that was corn. It was big old cornfields. And so, yeah, they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
So I believe it, that Ainer's going to be the next, what did you say? What did you call it?
Frontier.
Frontier, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like saying that word out loud in front of some people with HTC for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And seeing you. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
by.
well, thank you for
Now, one of
having
those
me.
great examples of behind the scenes. Might hear her voice sometime. Yeah, I love it. Beyond the Stream. Thanks for watching.